What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you 5 characters that I love to hate. I wouldn't really say that I actually dislike any of these characters. If anything, I think a lot of them are well done in the sense that they elicit a response from me. And it's like, even if I don't like that character in the sense that I wouldn't be friends with them, I'm glad that they're in the game, and I think the experience is better for it. And in many cases, they are endearing, despite how annoying they can actually be. So, kicking off our list with a strong entry, we have Yennefer from the Witcher series. Now, I think Yennefer is a great character, actually. There's a lot of layers to her personality, and she does the things she does for a reason. However, the things she does can often be very annoying, as she tends to think of herself as the smartest person in the room, in my opinion, which honestly is probably true in most cases. But as a result, this tends to lead her to make decisions without consulting or warning anyone, and just doing the thing and not really caring about the consequences of said thing. Which means that she can really grate on a person's nerves, which is why, by the way, Triss Merigold is the way to go. That said, Yennefer is well-intentioned, and again, she is usually the smartest person in the room in a lot of cases. But more than anything, she is a woman who knows what she wants, exactly how to get it, and she goes for it, and as a result, that tends to grate on some people, like myself. But let's be honest, The Witcher 3 would be worse off without her, so I'm glad she's here. Number 4 on our list, we have Blitz from Shadowrun Dragonfall. Blitz is a sort of unreliable decker. Deckers are people who do all your hacking in the Shadowrun series, so as you might imagine, it's a pretty important role. But as I mentioned, Blitz is a little unreliable. He's decent at his job, but it often comes with problems, and he often seems a little ill-prepared for the consequences of the things he chooses to do, which plays out across the game. And he comes across as, again, a little lovable, if anything, because he is well-intentioned. But at the same time, he has a very important role, and it would appear he's not quite as good at it as he believes himself to be, which leads to a few problems throughout the game, which means he's a bit of a mess, as you might imagine. But overall, as you talk to him between missions and kind of learn about the things he's been through and what he's aiming to do, especially in relation to like the gangs and stuff that are involved, he's kind of a lovable dunce, if anything, but also he has a serious job and he really needs to take it more seriously. Now, third on our list, we have Tekehu. Tekehu is a very special godlike that we see in Pillars of Eternity 2. Now, I say he's a special godlike because Andra, the goddess of which he has resemblance to, the goddess of the sea, also is known for the moon godlike. However, Tekehu is a special, different type of godlike, and Andra, the goddess, actually seems to treat Tekehu as her son, as opposed to the general indifference that most gods show to their godlike otherwise. Now, as a result of all of this, the local culture, the Huana, have treated Tekehu like a prince his entire life, especially given his propensity for what is essentially waterbending and his control over water. But overall, this leads him to be a very brash, overconfident character that can very quickly become very annoying. And as the game progresses, it gets a little more deep and he starts struggling with the images of who he is and whether or not he would be great outside of the fact that, he's a waterbender, basically. And he has a lot of self-doubt that he hides behind his own self-confidence. And there's definitely more going on there than would initially seem. However, nonetheless, he is very brash and overconfident and tends to get very annoying in his dialogues quite often. So while I do enjoy his character arc, oftentimes I just wish he'd shut up. And then number 2 on our list, we have Jubilost from Pathfinder Kingmaker. He is a scholarly gnome, and he is very witty, sarcastic, and quite frankly, basically smarter than you. To the point where sometimes it feels like no matter what you pick, he's got something smart to say about it. And it's like, listen, buddy, I don't know if you've known this, but I'm actually the main character of this game. But I like Jubilost in the sense that he challenges the main character. He's not just going to go along with things to go along with them. He's also an author, which is fun. But while, like basically every character on this list, he can be incredibly annoying with his responses and the way he talks to the character, I do think at the same time a character like that, who challenges the things you say and the things you do, is important in a game like like this, as it broadens the perspectives available to you on issues. And in a game like Kingmaker, where you're actually running a kingdom, I think that's pretty important. But sometimes you still just kind of want to strangle the guy. And that brings us to our number one character on this list, the character that I love to hate more than just about any character known to gaming, and that is none other than Nenio from Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Nenio is simultaneously hilarious and infuriating. She has the potential or ability, if you will, to forget anything she wants to forget to make space for scientific knowledge. She refuses to call you by your name, and she has no respect for social norms, which, as you might imagine, is, again, rather infuriating. Actually, when I first encountered her when I was first playing the early access, I actually just kicked her out of the party because it was getting so annoying. But I would tell people to stick it out through that, as the dialogues between her and some of the other characters even can get hilarious later in the game, even if she, as the character, is a bit ridiculous. And the reason for the way that she is actually does come up in her character arc. Nenio actually has probably one of the more involved quest lines as a result of some of the Kickstarter backer stuff. More specifically, a stretch goal that kind of turned her final quest into a mega dungeon. But in order to get some of that funny dialogue that I think makes her worth having around, you do have to put up with her rather insufferable personality. So she's a real mixed bag, and I think she, more than probably any other character I've encountered, really encapsulates the idea of a character that I love to hate. Because while I do absolutely not really like Nenio at all, I almost always have her in my party as a result of the fact that what she does and how she approaches situations is just so out there that I enjoy having her around, even if I do not personally like her. There you guys go. There are 5 characters in gaming that I personally love to hate. By all means, let me know about some characters you love to hate down in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But regardless of any of that, truly, just thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.